What's up, you guys? So fall is my favorite season. I love how cozy it is and all the warm comfort food. Today I'm going to share with you a few of my favorite fall recipes. So this first one is butternut squash pasta. Butternut squash is amazing and makes the sauce so creamy without using any butter or milk. Boil some water in a big pot and then add your squash. And then you're going to boil the squash for 10 to 15 minutes. I also want to add that my squash wasn't all that ripe. Find one that isn't glossy. Make sure the skin is really matte. My boyfriend picked this up for me, so he don't know. While that's boiling, I'm just going to cut up some onion and then some garlic. It's very cold now here in Canada, so it's definitely the time where everyone is getting sick. I know it sounds super weird, but sucking on a garlic clove actually eases those sore throats. It's because of a chemical in it called allicin. It kills all the bacteria, so there's a fun little fact. After the squash is boiled and it's nice and soft, we're going to take it out of the water and move it over to our blender. Then I like to use the leftover water to boil my pasta. Blend up the pasta until it's a sauce consistency, and you can add water or vegetable broth if it's not smooth enough. Next, we're going to fry up your onions and garlic in a saucepan and then add the blended squash. Then I add some seasonings. If your squash is really ripe, you won't need to add too many. I like to add some seasoning salt and black pepper. Some thyme, oregano, and basil is really good too. Next, you're just going to mix this up with your spaghetti, and I topped mine off with some fresh herbs. These are my favorite muffins of all time. They're pumpkin cinnamon muffins made with whole wheat flour. Add together your dry ingredients, your flour, baking powder, sprinkle of salt, cinnamon, and then mix this all up. Cinnamon is made from special trees, and the smell of cinnamon is actually due to the oil of the tree, and that's called cinnamaldehyde. It's actually such a powerful antioxidant that cinnamaldehyde alone can stop the growth of fungus and bacteria, which is crazy. In a separate bowl, mix together some vegan spread with coconut sugar. I like Earth Balance, all their products are plant-based. After that is all mixed, we're going to add a flax egg, which is a tablespoon of ground flaxseed mixed with 3 tablespoons of water. It holds everything together and it's great for you. After that is all mixed together, we're going to add some almond milk and pumpkin puree. Mix this all up, and then we're going to add this to the dry ingredients. Pumpkin is so amazing for you. It's loaded with fiber and vitamin A. The recommended daily value of vitamin A is actually 700 milligrams, and 1 cup of pumpkin has almost 10,000 milligrams. Beta-carotene is essential for your eye health and so many other things. Of course, some of these nutrients are lost when the pumpkin is cooked, but it is mostly retained. By the way, the pumpkin puree I use is this one from Whole Foods. I load up when they're on sale. I get them for around $2. Next, I'm just oiling my muffin tray with some coconut oil, and then I'm just spooning the batter into the muffin tin. And then they're ready to go into the oven. You want to bake these at 350 for around 10 to 15 minutes. I like to be a little bit extra and top mine off with some Earth Balance mixed with a little bit of icing sugar, but you really don't need to because these are moist enough. If you're gonna try any of my recipes, you have to try this one. It's one of my top favorites. When I think of fall, I think of something warm and comforting, and that's why I love to have hearty grain bowls. I'm going to start off by making the sauce by mixing together some rice vinegar, a little coconut sugar, and some mustard. You could also replace this mustard with some tahini. That would be bomb as well. I'm going to cook some Brussels sprouts until they're soft with some Earth Balance. Cover this up and let it sit for a few minutes. Next, I'm just slicing up my avocado. Sometimes I try and make it look this pretty, but usually I'm just throwing everything together. Gonna take some leftover quinoa from the fridge and heat that up. Add the avocado and the cooked Brussels sprouts. I've been loving adding roasted pumpkin seeds. The crunch is so good with the quinoa. It's my new favorite combination. Next, we're just gonna drizzle our sauce all over the bowl. And there you have it, an incredibly filling, nourishing grain bowl. This is one of my favorite dinners when I'm short on time, just came back from school, need something really quick. This is my go-to. This is my favorite drink of all time. I'm going to show you guys how I make my chocolate latte with my healthy, plant-based, vegan melted marshmallows. It's amazing. We're going to start by adding some cocoa powder to a mug with some coconut sugar. You could use any sweetener you like, liquid or granulated, and then some vegan chocolate chips. Just a few, this is totally optional. Just makes it a little bit more creamy. And then just add some hot water to this. Next, I'm going to add some instant coffee. This is optional again, but I like a little bit of caffeine. And then mix this all up and then top it off with some almond milk. So to make the melted marshmallow, first you're going to put a can of coconut milk in the fridge upside down overnight or for more than 5 hours. At the top of the can, you're going to get some coconut cream. Just scoop that out and then mix it with some icing sugar. The fat in coconut is actually lauric acid, which is a triglyceride that lowers your blood cholesterol. Other types of saturated fats tend to cause cholesterol buildup, which is why coconut is so rare in its health benefits. When you first scoop this into your latte, it's going to sink down, but when it rises up, it looks exactly how a marshmallow would after it's gotten all melty, and it tastes identical. Cocoa is so rich in minerals and has a huge range of benefits for your cells and your body's functions. This is my favorite drink for the fall time. Doesn't hurt that it's really pretty too. And those are a few of my warm and comforting recipes for the fall time. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time.